हिस्ट्री का चैप्टर नंबर 8 सिविलाइजिंग द नेशन नेटिव द एजुकेशन। इस वीडियो में हम क्वेश्चन आंसर्स को पढ़ेंगे। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं वीडियो को। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, स्टेट वेदर ट्रू और फॉल्स। जेम्स मिल वॉज अ सेवर क्रिटिक ऑफ द ओरिएंटलिस्ट। ट्रू। The 1854 dispatch on education was in favor of English being introduced as a medium of higher education in India. True. Mahatma Gandhi thought that the promotion of literacy was the most important aim of education. False. Rabindranath Tagore felt that children ought to be subjected to strict discipline. False. Next question. Why did William Jones feel the need to study Indian history, philosophy, and law? Answer. William Jones came to represent a particular attitude towards India. He shared a deep respect for ancient cultures, both of India and the West. Jones and Colebrook felt that India had attained its glory in the ancient past. It declined later on. In order to understand India, it was necessary to discover the sacred and legal texts produced in the past. These texts would reveal the ideas and laws of Hindus and Muslims and would form the basis of future development. Jones and Colebrook believed that their project would help the British learn from Indian culture. Indians would also rediscover their own heritage. In this way, the British would become guardians and master of Indian culture. Next question, multiple choice question. The ideas of William Jones were supported by Henry Thomas Colebrook. A madrasa was set up in Calcutta in 1781 to promote the study of Arabic. Who attacked the Orientalist? James Mill and Thomas Macaulay. The name associated with the establishment of Sunprum Mission, William Carey. William Adam toured the district of Bihar and Bengal. Very short answer type. Question number 1. Define the term linguist. Answer. Linguist is someone who knows and studies several languages. Next question. What was main aim behind establishing Hindu College in Banaras in 1791? Answer. Hindu College was established to encourage the study of ancient Sanskrit text that would be useful for the administration of the country. Next question. What is meant by an Orientalist? Answer. Orientalists were those who were having scholarly knowledge of the language and culture of Asia. Next question. How did Thomas Babington Macaulay see India? Answer. He saw India as an uncivilized country that needed to be civilized. Next question. Why was the English Education Act introduced and in which year? Answer. Following Macaulay's minute, the English Education Act of 1835 was introduced. Next question. Who toured the district of Bengal and Bihar in 1830s? Answer. In 1830s, William Adam, a Scottish missionary, toured the district of Bengal and Bihar. Next question. When did the company decide about improving the system of vernacular education? Answer. After 1854, the company decided to improve the system of vernacular education. Next question. Name the institution established by Rabindranath Tagore. Answer. Shantiniketan was established by Rabindranath Tagore in 1901. Next question. Who was William Jones? Answer. William Jones was appointed as junior judge at the Supreme Court of Company. Next question. Which language were learned by William Jones? Answer. Greek, Latin, French, and English. Next question. By whom was the Asiatic Society of Bengal was set up? Answer. by William Jones. Next question. From whom did William Jones learnt Sanskrit language? Answer. The Pandits. Next question. In which year was Madrasa set up in Calcutta? Answer. 1781. Next question. When was the Hindu College Benares was established? Answer. 1791. Next question. Who emphasized on teaching of English language in manner of civilizing, changing the taste, values and culture of the Indians? Answer. Lord Macaulay. Next question. When was the English Education Act introduced? Answer. In 1835. Next question. Who was William Carey? Answer. William Carey was a Scottish missionary. Next question. Name the different languages that William Jones studied. Answer. Greek, Latin, English, French, Arabic and Persian. Next question. Why was Calcutta Madrasa set up? Answer. Calcutta Madrasa set up to promote the study of Arabic, Persian and Islamic law. Next question. Why was the Hindu college established in Banaras? Answer. The Hindu college was established in Banaras to encourage the study of ancient Sanskrit text that would be useful for the administration of the country. Next question. Name two individuals who sharply attacked the Orientalist. Answer. James Mill and Thomas Bevington Macaulay. Next question. What did Thomas Macaulay urge the British government in India? Answer. Thomas Macaulay urged the British government in India to stop wasting public money in promoting Oriental learning, for it was of no practical use. Next question. How were Oriental institutions like the Calcutta Madrasa and Banaras Sanskrit College viewed by the British? Answer. These Oriental institutions were viewed as temple of darkness that were falling of themselves into decay. Next question. Name the places where the British established universities. Answer. Calcutta, Madras and Bombay. Next question. Where were classes held under the system of Pathshalas? Answer. Classes were held under a banyan tree or in the corner of a village shop or temple or at the Guru's home. Next question. What type of education was given to the children in Pathshalas? Answer. Children were given oral education in Pathshalas. Next question. Why were classes not held during harvest time? Answer. It was because rural children had to work in the fields during harvest time. Next question. What task was assigned to the Pandit by the company? Answer. The company assigned the Pandit to visit the Pathshala and try to improve the standard of teaching. Next question. Name two Indians who reacted against Western education. Answer. Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore. Next question. Why do you mean by Tagore's Award of Peace? Answer. Tagore's Shanti Niketan was established in a rural setting 100 kilometers away from Calcutta, as it was far from the din and bustle of the city. It was an award of peace. Next question. How did Tagore view his school, namely Shanti Niketan? Answer. He viewed his school as an award of peace where living in harmony with nature, children would cultivate their natural creativity. Short answer type. Question number 1. In what sense does Gandhiji and Tagore's thought was similar and different about Western education? Answer. In many senses, Tagore's and Gandhiji's thought about Western education were similar. There were several differences too. Gandhiji was highly critical of Western education, civilization, and its worship of machines and technology. But Tagore wanted to combine elements of modern Western civilization with the best within Indian tradition. Tagore emphasized on the needs to teach science and technology along with art, music, and dance. Next question. Why did Tagore hate going to school in his school days? Answer. He found school suffocating and oppressive. The school appeared like a prison to him as he could never do what he felt like doing, and the experience of Tagore's school days in Calcutta shocked his ideas of education. These were reasons why he hated going to school in his school days. Next question. How are the views of Tagore and Mahatma Gandhi on the West different? Answer. Both Tagore and Mahatma Gandhi thought about education in similar ways, but there were differences too. Gandhiji was highly critical of Western civilization and its worship of machines and technology. Tagore wanted to combine elements of modern Western civilization with what he saw as the best within Indian tradition. He emphasized the need to teach science and technology at Shantiniketan, along with art, music, and dance. Next question. What did Mahatma Gandhi say about Western education? Answer. Mahatma Gandhi said that Western education focused on reading and writing rather than oral knowledge. It valued textbooks rather than practical knowledge. He argued that education ought to develop a person's mind and soul. Literacy or simple learning to read and write by itself did not count as education. Next question. What consequences were there of the new rules and routine over the earlier Pathshala student who accepted the British rules? Answer. In the earlier system of Pathshala, students from poor peasant families had been able to go to Pathshala as the timetable was flexible before adoption of rules of the British government. The discipline of the new system demanded regular attendance even during harvest time when children of poor families had to work in the fields. Inability to attend school came to be seen as indiscipline, as evidence of the lack of desire to learn. Next question. What did James Mill declare while attacking the Orientalist? Answer. James Mill attacked the Orientalist and declared that the British should not make effort to teach what the native wanted or respected in order to please them. The aim of education ought to be to teach what was useful and practical, so Indians should be made familiar with the scientific and technical advancement that the West had made rather than with the poetry and sacred literature of the Orientals. Next question. Why did many company officials in India want to promote Indian rather than Western learning? Answer. Many company officials felt that institutions should be set up to encourage the study of ancient and text and teach Sanskrit and Persian literature and poetry. These officials were of the opinion that Hindus and Muslims ought to be taught what they were already familiar with and what they valued and preserved, not subjects that were aligned to them. They believed that only by doing this the British could win the hearts of the Indians. Only then they could expect to be respected by their subjects. Next question. What were the views of other company officials? Answer. Other company officials did not approve the ideas of the Orientalist. They began to criticize the Orientalist vision of learning. They said that the knowledge of the East was full of errors and unscientific thought. They saw Eastern literature as non-serious and light-hearted. So they argued that it was wrong on the part of the British to spend so much effort in encouraging the study of Arabic and Sanskrit language and literature. Next question. Why did Mahatma Gandhi want to teach children handicrafts? Answer. Mahatma Gandhi wanted to teach children handicraft because of the following reasons: people would work with their hands, the craft would develop their minds, it would also develop their capacities to understand. Next question: define the term vernacular. Why did the British use this term in colonial countries like India? Answer: the term vernacular refers to a local language or dialects as distinct from what is known as the standard language. In colonial countries like India, the British used this term to mark the difference between the local languages of everyday use and English, the language of the imperial masters. Next question: what measures were taken by the English Education Act of 1835? Answer: the following measures were taken under the English Education Act 1835. English was made the medium of instruction of higher education. Promotion of Oriental institutions like the Calcutta Madrasa and Banaras Sanskrit College was stopped. These institutions were seen as temple of darkness that were falling off themselves into decay. English textbooks began to be produced for schools. Next question: what measures were taken by the British after issuing of Wood's Dispatch? Answer: following measures were taken. Education departments of the government was set up to extend control over all matters regarding education. A system of universities education was introduced. Universities were established in Calcutta, Madras, and Bombay. Attempts were also made to bring about changes within the system of school education. Long answer type. Question number 1. In view of Mahatma Gandhi, why was practical knowledge very high essential for development of person's mind and soul? Mahatma Gandhi believed that Western education focused on reading and writing rather than lived experience and practical knowledge. He argued that education ought to develop a person's mind and soul. Literacy, or simply learning to read and write by itself, did not count as education. People had to work with their hands, learn a craft, and know how different things operated. This would develop their mind and their capacity to understand. This is why Mahatma Gandhi believed that practical knowledge was very much essential for development of person's mind and soul. Next question. Explain the William Adams report produced on the progress of education in vernacular schools. Answer. William Adams had been asked by the company to report on the progress of education in vernacular schools. The report Adams produced was interesting. Adams found that there were over 1 lakh pathshalas in Bengal and Bihar. These were small institutions with no more than 20 students each, but the total number of children being taught in these pathshalas were considerable, over 20 lakh. These institutions were set up by wealthy people or the local communities. At times, they were started by a teacher, guru. The system of education was flexible. Adams discovered that this flexible system was suited to local needs. For instance, classes were not held during harvest time when rural children often worked in the fields. The pathshala started once again when the crops had been cut and stored. This meant that even children of peasant families could study. Next question. Explain Wood's Dispatch. What was mentioned in this provision? Answer. In 1854, the Court of Directors of the East India Company in London sent an educational dispatch to the Governor General in India, issued by Charles Wood, the President of the Board of Control of the company. It has come to be known as Wood's Dispatch. It emphasized once again on the practical benefits of system of European learning. One of the practical uses of the dispatch pointed to was economic European learning. It said it would enable Indians to recognize the advantages that flow from the expansion of trade and commerce. Wood's dispatch argued that European learning would improve the moral character of Indians. It would make them truthful and honest and would supply the company with civil servants who could be trusted and depended upon. The literature of East was believed to be full of error and also could not instill in the people a sense of duty and a commitment to work, nor could it develop the skill required for administration. Next question. Why did James Mill and Thomas Macaulay think that European education was essential in India? Answer. James Mill was the strongest critic of the Orientalist. He declared that the British should not teach what the native wanted or what they respected in order to please them and win a place in their heart. The aim of education should be teach what was useful and practical. Indians should be made familiar with the scientific and technical advances that the West had made and not the sacred literature of the Orient. Macaulay urged the British government in India to stop wasting public money in promoting Oriental learning, for it had no practical use. He felt that knowledge of English would allow Indians to read some of the finest literature the world had produced. It would make them aware of the developments in Western science and philosophy. The teaching of English could thus be a way of civilizing people, changing their taste, values, and culture. Next question. Why did Mahatma Gandhi think that English education has enslaved Indians? Answer. According to Mahatma Gandhi, colonial education created a sense of inferiority in the minds of Indians. He said it made them see Western civilization as superior, which destroyed the pride they had in their own culture. He said it was sinful, it enslaved Indians, it cast an evil spell on them. Charmed by the West, appreciating everything that came from the West, Indians educated in these institutions admired British rule. Mahatma Gandhi wanted an education that could help Indians recover this sense of dignity and self-respect. Mahatma Gandhi strongly was in favor of Indian languages to be the medium of teaching. Education in English crippled Indians and distanced them from their own social surroundings. This made them strangers in their own land, speaking a foreign tongue, language, despised local culture. Mahatma Gandhi further said that Western education focused on reading and writing rather than oral knowledge. It valued textbook rather than life experience and practical knowledge. He said education should develop a person's mind and soul. Literacy or simply learning to read and write by itself did not count as education. People had to work with their hands and learn a craft. They should know how different things operated. Next question. What was Wood's dispatch? What were its provisions? Answer. The Court of Directors of the East India Company in London sent an educational dispatch to the Governor General in India in the year 1854, as the dispatch was issued by Charles Wood, the president of the Board of Control of the company. It came to be known as Wood's dispatch. Wood's dispatch outlined the educational policy that was to be followed in India. It criticized the Oriental knowledge and emphasized the need of European learning. The dispatch made it clear that European learning would enable Indians to recognize the benefits that would flow from the expansion of trade and commerce. It would also make them see the importance of developing countries' resources. Indians needed to adopt European ways of life because This would change their taste and desires and create a demand for British goods. Wood's dispatch further argued that European learning would improve the moral character of the people of India. It would make them honest and reliable and thus supply trusted civil servants to the company. The dispatch strongly criticized the literature of the East because it was full of error and unable to instill in people a sense of duty and commitment to work. Next question. What measures were undertaken by the company to improve the system of vernacular education? Or how were the irregularities of Pathshalas checked by the company? Answer. There were no rules and regulation in Pathshala. Hence, the company decided to improve the entire system. It took several measures. It appointed a number of government pandits, each in charge of looking after 4 to 5 schools. The task of the pandits was to visit the Pathshalas and try and improve the standard of teaching. Each guru was asked to submit periodic report and take classes according to a regular timetable. Teaching was now to be based on textbooks and learning was to be tested through a system of annual examination. Students were asked to pay a regular fee, attend regular classes, sit on fixed seats, and obey the new rules of discipline. Next question. What type of education did Mahatma Gandhi want in India? Answer. Mahatma Gandhi never approved English education because it had created a feeling of inferiority in the minds of millions of Indians. In fact, he wanted an education that would help the people of India restore their sense of dignity and self-respect. During the time of the national movement, he urged students to leave educational institutions to show the British that they could no longer enslave Indians. Mahatma Gandhi never wanted English to be the medium of teaching. Instead, he thought that students ought to be taught in the medium of Indian languages. Education in English crippled the people of India. It distanced them from their own surroundings. It made them alien in their own lands. Hence, he felt that English education ought not to flourish in India anymore. He urged that education ought to be develop a person's mind and soul. Simply learning to read and write did not matter at all. People had to learn a craft and know how different things operated. This would definitely develop their mind and their capacity to understand. Next question. Write a note on Rabindranath Tagore and his school Santi Niketan. Answer. Rabindranath Tagore, like Mahatma Gandhi, also did not approve Western education wholeheartedly. At the time when several Indians urged the British to open more and more schools, colleges and universities in order to spread English education in India, Rabindranath Tagore reacted strongly against such education. He was a great educationist, but he hated going to school because he saw it oppressive. In fact, he wanted to establish a school where the children were happy and were free to explore their thoughts and desires without feeling any suppression. He advocated for giving children natural surroundings where they would be able to cultivate their natural creativity. Keeping the above ideals in mind, Rabindranath Tagore established Shantiniketan in the year 1901. He regarded it as an award of peace. He set up his school 100 kilometers away from Calcutta in a rural setting in order to provide children a very peaceful environment. Here, they could develop their imagination and creativity. Tagore was of the opinion that existing schools were killing the natural desires of the children to be creative. Hence, it was necessary to help them develop their curiosity by providing them good teachers who could understand them, by establishing an institution like Shanti Niketan, he did a great job in the field of education. इसी के साथ ही हमारा ये वीडियो कंप्लीट होता है. आपको ये वीडियो कैसा लगा हमें कमेंट करके जरूर बताएं. साथ ही हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें. बेल आइकन को प्रेस करें, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, जिससे आपके पास तक हमारे लेटेस्ट वीडियो के नोटिफिकेशन पहुंचते रहें.